everybody, and welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Lauri Albert. I am your host, Lauri Albert, and Spiritually Speaking is a show that embraces all things spiritual. So I love to talk about anything that has to do with anything spiritual, right? I'm a medium and a psychic and intuitive, I like to say, and each week we discuss all sorts of anything that's on the table spiritually, that is. Spiritually speaking, that is. Each week we have, sometimes I have guests and we have rather interesting discussions sometimes, right? So I'm sorry I'm late today. I had all of a sudden at the last minute, you'd think Mercury was in retrograde. I had all these weird things happening technologically. So here I am though, and I hope everybody is doing and having a great night, doing well and having a great night. So, so much to talk about. So last week, first of all, I want to get into something because it actually, Spirit knows what Spirit is doing. And, and I say that all the time and I surprise myself every time I say that. But, so yeah, Spirit knows what Spirit is doing. I had a situation last week with some trolls, right? Trolls. Who knew? Who would ever think that I would have trolls, right? It's this is my 9th show, and I've got people trolling me. I mean, it's stupid, but at any rate, last week I knew that it was a stretch that some younger gentlemen would be interested in having a reading. But when they called and I picked up the phone, there was actually a spirit there wanting to talk to this guy. And he got freaked out, and I could tell when he got freaked out, and then all of a sudden he started lying, and it's a long story. And you know what? We're just gonna call it a day there, right? And then what they ended up starting to do was tie up the phone lines, and so I was able to block their numbers, which is great, right? That's great. But it made me sad. It really made me sad because a couple of things. I had so many thoughts after that show, right? The first thing is that, of all the things that there are to do in this world, surfing, bike riding, going to the mall, going to the movies, going to dinner, right? Why would these young boys choose to call in my little old show and yell and do whatever they were doing and be, racist? I just don't understand it. I really don't. But you know what? I just feel bad for them. It was very odd and very strange. And you know what? Aren't there more fun things to do in life? So yeah, there you go. In that sense, I feel really bad for these boys because they just don't have very much fun in their life, I guess, right? But here's the real thing. The real message to me that I got out of that, and actually I got out of this afternoon too because of today and these my technological issues, right? We cannot allow these distractions or other people to deter what we need to do in the world. That's so big and so heavy. I don't mean for it to be so heavy, but it truly is. I mean, it takes away our freedom, don't you think? I mean, and then let's continue to talk about that aspect of it and sort of relate that to the situation in Las Vegas. I don't mean to compare because they're two totally different things. But if you think about it, they're not. In a sense, because you have one person or, one or two people taking away the freedom that you have as an individual in the world. I mean, who are these people? And what makes them think that they have this power over us? We give them this power. God, that's crazy. We give them the power to do that. That's so wrong and all over the place. It's just wrong. Just wrong, right? So regarding Las Vegas, when I heard what was happening, I was actually just starting to fall asleep because it was like 10:30ish, something like that, our time in Los Angeles. And what happened was that I woke up because I knew it was something big, and I grabbed my phone and I started going on Twitter, and I went on Periscope, and I was seeing these live videos. live videos of horror, of terror. These people were petrified, and they were taking live videos of the concert, so it just kind of continued. Oh my God, it was horrible, right? Obviously, we've all seen, or most of us at least probably have seen a lot of those videos. It's horrendous what this one man was doing. Anyway, so to get back into it, you know what I saw? You're going to laugh. And I'm not making light of this situation at all, right? So I'm sitting there watching these videos on like Twitter or something, and I see this one video, and there's this kid taking a video, and everybody's hunched down and everything. There's this one guy, and he was clearly trashed, right? He was clearly trashed, but he's standing up, facing where the guy is shooting from, and he's giving them the finger. He's giving the guy, the shooter, the finger. And I'm just like, first my thought is, oh my God, that guy is so stupid. Get down. I'm like yelling at him. My husband's like, what are you doing? But then I started thinking, you know what? He's got the right idea. Screw that. Seriously. I mean, honestly, and I'm going to get emotional, but you know what? That guy at that moment had the power over thousands and thousands of people. Oh, that's just so wrong all over the place. And it just makes me really emotional. I apologize for getting riled up and getting teary. It's just wrong all over the place. We cannot allow others to take our freedom away. We cannot, right? And that's why I continued my show last week after that guy called in. And that's why I'm doing it today. And that's why I am still taking calls. If you'd like a reading, or if you want to talk about what I'm talking about or whatever, if you're listening, because I realized that things were kind of messy and it is really late. But yeah, I wanted to give you the chance to call. My spirit line number is 818-835-5885. And it's just amazing how the lessons that we can learn from these horrible tragedies, these horrendous things, right? It's amazing the lessons that we can learn. So yeah, I really wanted to say that. And I have to say, I will, and you should too, press on. We will not go to concerts, right? Seriously, we have got to stay together and press on and not allow the actions of any others to deter us what we are supposed to do in this world, right? What I am supposed to do in this world is this show, and hopefully bringing you all a little bit of peace and comfort and a little bit of joy, maybe some laughter along the way, I mean, gosh, that's what it's about, So isn't that amazing? So then, because like little crazy Lauri thinks of these things, right? And I was thinking about it all week. And then, of course, after yesterday happened, I was thinking about it all day yesterday. And then I started thinking, I don't mean to sound rude, but you know what? Some of our loved ones hold us back too. Some of our loved ones sometimes hold us back. Think that through and don't allow us to be who we're supposed to be. I have to tell you, I am so fortunate that I have a husband who, first of all, he is not into this spiritual stuff at all. At all. He doesn't get it. He doesn't want to know about it. He doesn't, he's curious what happens with me, but because he loves me. But oh my God, it's crazy. So at any rate, so that's the story on that. Our loved ones, that's the story on Keith, but our loved ones sometimes can hold us back too. And we don't want that, right? And then there's other people who try to push you down, right? Aside from the terrorists, sometimes it's a little bit more muted than that. I was dying to tell you guys this story. So I go to the DMV yesterday. Always fun, right? Just a blast to go to the DMV. So I get up to the front, and she says, okay, so I'm conducting my business, and she's like, oh, this is your license plate. It's HPYMEDM, right? So happy medium. So she goes, well, what's that mean? And I said, well, happy medium. I said, I'm a medium. And she just looks at me and goes, ugh. And I'm just like, oh my God, and I forgot a part of the story in that, I walk up to her little desk and she is not in a happy place. This woman was not happy. I mean, I was doing my best because I actually take after my grandfather in this. If you're sad, my grandfather would like do cartwheels to get you to laugh and get you out of that, and I feel like I got some of that from my grandfather, right? Because if somebody's down, I just really need to try to brighten their day up a little bit, right? So at any rate, so I go ahead and I'm sitting here trying to like brighten her day, right? And I'm trying to make her laugh and just making comments and making myself look so silly, trying to, make her day, right? And she does that when she says, and she goes, oh, and I just went, oh God. So then I thought, you know what, Lauri, I need to shut up now, because if I keep going, then she's going to get mad. And what if she does something in my record and like cancels my driver's license or something? I didn't want that to happen, right? So I ended up leaving or getting ready to leave. And I said, thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate it. And she goes, be careful now. and I turned around and I went, oh, goodness gracious. Turned around and went, thanks, bye-bye. Acting like I had no idea what she was talking about, but I knew exactly what she was talking about. I've had many, many things happen to me. Many looks, many things. I had one lady that I actually know pretty well. And when I came out and told her I was a medium, she started stepping backwards. People don't get like that being who you are takes some courage, man. It really does. So at any rate, I knew what she meant. She was completely judging me. But then as I'm walking out to the car, I thought to myself, I am happy. The reason why I call myself a happy medium is because, not to take away from other people that call themselves happy medium, but I am a happy person, just in general. I'm a happy person. I like to be happy. I prefer to be happy, right? And I'm a medium, so. But boy, how sad is it that lady was so sad in her job and she's sitting there judging me. I felt, by the time I got to my car, at first I was like a little irritated because I'm like, I'm sitting here trying to be nice to you. I was probably like the nicest person that you had today. People yelling at you and stuff. And so at any rate, so I get to the car and then I was like, I just feel bad for her. I feel bad for people like that, because there's no reason for it. There's really, truly no reason to mute somebody else, right? But here's my long story short of that. I am who I'm supposed to be to the world. And it took me, I am 52, and it took me until I was about 40 to really get that. It took me really a long time to really understand that I am who I am. I am who I am, and I am who I'm supposed to be, and I am who I am to the world. And guess what? You can be that too. You can, We need to be at peace with ourselves, and that's why I wanted to talk about peace today, right? So yeah, I wanted to talk about peace and just have it be, have you guys understand that it's so important for us not to be deterred by those out there who want to bring you down, those of us who want to put you in your place, those who judge you. It doesn't have to be that way. It really doesn't, And when you come and you can get to a place of peace within yourself, then that's when your life starts. So I shouldn't say your life starts, because that's not true either. But, but that's when your work can start, So at any rate, what I'd really like to do, what I really want to do right now is, I want to tell you spiritually in the news, right? And then I want to lead a meditation, because I think that we could all use a little peaceful meditation right now, don't you think? Yeah. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is let's do the meditation first. Okay. Okay. So I want everybody to get comfortable in your chair and close your eyes if you can. Okay. And if you can, put your hands palms up, because energy comes in through your palms of your hands. So put your palms up and close your eyes, and I want you to take a deep breath in. So take a deep breath and breathe out. And with that breath out, I want you to get rid of any stress, anxiety, depression, sadness. Just let it all drip down your body and off. Now I want you to take another deep breath in and breathe in love. Just imagine the air is filled with pure, white, beautiful love. So take that deep breath in. And when you breathe out the anxiety and the stress again. Now I want you to take another deep breath in. And this time, let's breathe in peace. Let's imagine in the air that we're about to breathe in is just pure peace. So let's take a deep breath in. And breathe out the love to the world. Imagine that you are pure love to the world, to your house, to your street, to your city, state, and the world. Imagine that you are pure love. Now I want you to go to your heart chakra and concentrate on your heart chakra, right where your heart is, between your breastbone. And I want you to concentrate on that. The heart chakra is a beautiful green color, the same green as my shawl. And I want you to imagine that beautiful green just filling up your body, and filling up your room. Just imagine love, just love in the room that you're in right now. I want you to also consider that the heart chakra is also about peace and balance. Balance to our lives, balance to the world. So let's take a deep breath in and breathe in that balance. And breathe out wisdom. The wisdom to create the peace in our lives and for the courage and the beauty and the joy of life. Now let's ask our guides to help us create balance and peace in our lives ongoingly. Let's ask our guides to send love to the world. Let's ask our guides to help us be peace to the world. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Doesn't that just make you feel so much better? It does me. I feel so much more at peace. And, you know, I have to tell you, I was very anxious because I had a problem with the computer and trying to get that worked out. And there you go. And there you go. So you can do meditations like that so easily. Just imagine yourself breathing in peace to the world and out wisdom and love. You can do that yourself, or you can just fast forward through and just replay what I just said. So I'd like to reiterate, if you'd like to call in for a reading. I realize that I'm at the wrong time, so I don't know how many of you are going to see this live, but if you'd like to call in for a reading or to be part of this beautiful peace conversation, 818-835-5885. And yeah, I just feel so much better. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I am a whole different person than I was like even 10 minutes ago. So that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What I want to talk about this week, I wanted to talk about the heart chakra, which is obviously about love and peace and balance. Of course, balance is like so important about, balance is so important in our lives. I don't think we really give that word sort of enough importance in our lives, you know, because we need to have balance. In order to create peace in our lives, we need to have balance, right? Okay, so let me tell you about the heart chakra. The heart chakra is right here. The color is green, which is why I'm wearing this beautiful, lovely shawl. And the musical note, and I'm saying this for a reason, because every chakras, and I've said this before, are the energy centers of the body. And energy plays a large part in, well, everything, right? But our bodies as well. And the musical note F is the musical note for the heart chakra. So whenever you feel like, if you feel like it's not healthy, or if a psychic or a medium or an intuitive or somebody tells you that it's not healthy, then, you know, what you want to do is, maybe one of the things that you could do is play an F and just sort of meditate on the F tone. Being a musician, that's like what I'm all about. I love meditating to different tones. For some reason, I have always had kind of a, I guess you could say, leaky. Sounds disgusting, but I don't mean to. But I sort of have always kind of had a leaky sacral chakra. It's just not as strong as the other ones, I feel like, and it's getting there though. By the way, but what I like to do is, you know, meditate on the musical notes for the different chakras. So there you go for that. Another thing you can do is wear green. You can eat green food. You can, you know, just anything that has green in it. Go sit in the grass. You know, you can do all sorts of things like that. Anything having to do with the color green will help to strengthen that chakra. And, you know, the heart chakra relates to obviously love, right? But when I say love, I don't just mean about, oh, I love you, you know, kind of love. I mean like all-encompassing love where, like you love yourself, love of self, love of the others around you, love to the world. Love to the world, okay? And when you get sort of present to that idea, it creates a peace inside you, okay? There are many, many ways to create peace, but this is just one of them. Peace and balance go hand in hand. They really do. And love, too, of course. So basically, if you want to create peace in your life, there's a few things you need to do. Number one is you need to live your truth, okay? Live in balance, and be present. Be present to this moment. When I was having those technological issues earlier, I was feeling not present to what was going on in my little world. Like I was present to the computer and all the issues I had to work out, but I wasn't quite present to just being here and being on Earth, kind of thing. Okay, so yeah, that would be one way to do it. And you know, another way to sort of be present is to meditate. I know I harp on meditation all the time, and you know, and it's a thing. It's real. If you meditate, you can even use the word pray, you know, because it's just quieting your mind. It's about quieting your mind, quieting who you are, and getting into your body and sitting inside there and just being real, being who you're supposed to be. Okay. So yeah. And I gotta be honest, another thing that you need to sort of do is to figure out ways to get rid of the fear in your life. Because when you get rid of the fear, what's left? Peace, right? So I say that, and I'm going to relate it to the thing that happened in Las Vegas, because that man, that terrorist, had control over all those thousands of people, and he gave everybody fear. Gave everybody, maybe that's not the right word, but he created fear for everybody there, right? So what we need to do, and that's why I like the guy that was out there giving the finger to the shooter. That man had no fear. He also had lots of beer, but he had no fear at that moment. And you know what? I just pray that that man lived. I really do. I would love to talk to him. I really would. I mean, seriously, I would love to talk to that man, because you know what? In that moment, he had no fear, and he was mad as hell, and he wasn't taking it anymore, you know? But you know what? That's the thing. Courage. Getting past that fear and being who you are supposed to be. I did not come out as a medium forever. My closest friends did not know. My family did not know what was going on in my head, in my world, for the longest time, forever, for 40 years. 40 years. Did not get it. I mean, I had things happening to me, and I would tell people, and sometimes, and they would like look at me like, what? You know, and I'd say, oh no, I think that was just in my head. Don't worry about it, you know, kind of thing. But you know what? That's the reality. That is the reality. I let the fear of not being accepted and not being one of the crowd sort of overtake me. And it took a long time to come out of that. So what has given me peace? Being able to get rid of the fear. Okay? And I got to tell you, fear is at the bottom of the emotional scale. Okay? Abraham Hicks will tell you, if you want to look it up in their books, fear is at the bottom. Fear is actually lower than hate. If you want to know the truth, fear is lower than hate, right? So fear is at the bottom. Love, joy, and peace are at the top. So what you need to do is you need to go up the ladder, okay, and just keep going up, and eventually you get to that place. Okay, you got to take away, you got to figure out what those obstacles are that are keeping the fear in place. Okay, what are those obstacles that are keeping the fear in place for you? You know, and honestly, if you go, and I hate to say it this way, but if you go to a good intuitive or a medium and work with your spirit guides, that they can help you figure that out. There's nothing better to me than helping people figure out their truth. Oh my gosh, there's nothing better at all. That's what I'm saying. And I guess that's kind of selfish in a sense. Like, it makes me feel good to help other people find their truth, you know? So yeah, you know, so I love that. So, acceptance of ourselves, that's the most important thing, you know? Acceptance of others, that's a thing too. That's important as well, you know? Being okay with everything just as it is. That is what's going to bring you peace. That right there. Being okay with everything just as it is. And that is the hardest thing you could do. It's the hardest thing you could do. Yeah. So all of that being said, I hope that you can create that meditation again for yourself. If you can't, just feel free to go to my YouTube channel and look that through, because and fast forward or whatever to that, because that's going to help you bring you down and get rid of the fear, like sort of push the fear down. Okay. So that'll help you with that. I believe what I'm going to do right now is cut the day short, because I did have that problem and I do not know what was going on, but Spirit knows what Spirit is doing. And I got to tell you, I have a feeling, and I'm just going to say this, but somehow, I blocked those trollers I guess you could say, from knowing when my live shows were going to be and stuff. And I'm just wondering if Spirit sort of made that little hiccup happen so that they wouldn't find my show. I don't know, you know. So very interesting, isn't it? I was telling a friend today, actually, you know, I rely on Spirit for everything. I trust Spirit to guide everything I do. And yeah, and that's a tough thing to do sometimes because I trust Spirit, but sometimes your brain gets in there and keeps you thinking, oh, wait, is that really, is that me or is that Spirit or whatever? But I got to tell you, when you can trust that you're getting the right information and you're making the proper decisions, then you can go through life and not have it be so difficult. So, but at any rate, okay, so I am going to cut short. Thank you for watching. I apologize for screwing up and being late. I hope you enjoyed the meditation today. I will be here next week. And you know what's funny is that I was actually ready at 2 minutes till 5. I was like ready. And then all of a sudden I go live and then it's like, oh, whatever, So thank you for listening. I appreciate all of your caring, all of your beautiful messages, the ones that send beautiful messages to me. Thank you so much. And I look forward to being with you again next week. Thank you so much. Namaste, everybody. And everybody stay happy.
Thank you for watching Spiritually Speaking with Lauri Albert.